This setting of the word from his song came about because of a year of voice lessons that I took with Leigha Amick. In my gap year between undergrad and grad school, I wanted to study classical voice in large part so that I could write better art songs and arias. So I reached out to Professor Bentley and she suggested an exchange. She would teach me voice lessons for a year if I would set a poem of her choosing for one of her students, Sarah Daly. Little did I know that the poem she chose was one she found in the New Yorker many years ago and saved with the intention of having it set to music one day. This poem is by Leigha Amick, whose work draws from his mother's recitation of traditional Chinese poetry, his father's reading from the King James Bible, and his own reflections on life. And before setting the word from his song, I read many other poems of his, and I fell in love with the beauty of his language and the depth of his subjects. When it came time to set the poem, my lessons with Leigha Bentley came in handy because one of the things we talked a lot about in lessons was how the properties of a vowel change as the register changes. And if a singer is aware of this, they can learn how to navigate those register changes and transitions through consonants in order to create a smooth line. And when I'm writing songs, I sing as I compose. So learning how to navigate those transitions better in my own voice helped me envision how a singer might sing the piece. Once I had a draft of the piece, Professor Bentley suggested some edits to it, and this was a fun part of the process, because the piece already had a lot of leaps, but the edits gave it even more leaps, and ones that fit really well in Sarah's voice. And I think as young composers, we often shy away from writing large leaps from the voice because they can be difficult to navigate. But if they're chosen well, they can be stunning. So it was great to have Professor Bentley's guidance in that process. It was an honor to set this poem, and I really appreciated learning about how to become a better singer so that I can carry that knowledge with me into writing art songs and writing arias in the future.